Every month, we pick one lucky commenter and subscriber from all of our unboxings and they win a £100 OnTableTop gift card. And remember to click that little bell because that really helps us out.
Hi everybody, it's Justin from OnTableTop. I've been joined by Jerry and today we're having a look at some Foundry minis. What have you brought for me, Jerry?
I've brought some Vikings.
I like Vikings.
I brought some Vikings that have been specifically put together for Saga.
Oh, very nice.
I thought so.
So what's in this first box?
Well, this is the standard 4-point warband. So what they give you is a Warlord with the Standard Bearer.
Of course.
A unit of 4 Hirdmen.
Unit of Berserkers.
Yep, 4 Berserkers.
And then we've got some...
You also get
Bondi?
two units of Bondi.
Okay, the first thing I'm
Casualty.
The first thing I'm noticing, pretty much everybody in here is individual. I'm not seeing any duplicates, really.
There are no duplicates. And this is how, for years, Foundry have run like this. But they only sell in certain pack sizes. You don't buy individuals. So if you see somebody you want, you would have to buy a pack of 8, or these days I think it's a pack of 6. Which is kind of annoying for games like Saga where you've got very defined 4, 8, 12. You know, you end up having to either overbuy for something you want. So they've actually gone through and they've pulled out specifically just the numbers you need to make each of these sort of units.
I quite like that, and I like that there's no duplication because it means everybody's individual. The number of times I've seen Saga warbands where it's, you know, guy A with spear, guy A with spear, guy A with spear.
Exactly, yeah, and that's nice and can be a feature in and of itself, but in a game like Saga where you're dealing with small forces, having everybody being an individual sculpt is just lovely. And
well, I mean, like, you can imagine the Jarl drawing his men together saying, okay, we're going on the summer raids.
I need all the triplets and twins. No? All right then.
All right, start giving me some minis here. Let's see who we got.
So we'll start with a box of Bondi, or bag of Bondi rather.
Bag of Bondi?
Bag of Bondi, so some of the standard warriors.
Okay, so let's start having a look at some of these. So this guy, very nice. I'm guessing there are some bits of building to do, or are they all one piece? Everybody's
one piece bar the spearmen. And they do include the brass spears for the number of spears you need.
I'm going to say, be careful of these because they are actually super sharp.
I love them. I love them so much. Until your warriors have tasted blood, whenever you've gone to pick them up and move them, they're not really warriors.
All right, let's see who else we have here. So we've got one fella shouting, lads, they're over there, go get them. You know, or there's a priest hiding in this
exactly.
this latrine.
Whatever way you want to run that.
Yeah. Fellow with a sword here. A little bit of flash to take off the top, but that's no huge thing.
It's nice. He's got a padded jacket and the more sort of Swedish/Rus baggy trousers. So these, even though they're sold as Viking, the likes of him and this fella here could easily be used to make this a Rus filth force. So, you know, they are essentially proto-Russian Swedes. Are the Rus still as bad as they used to be? Yes and no. The ones I've banned aren't as bad as they used to be. But others may be.
They are quite lovely. And I like the fact that you've just got that little bit of detail on the tab. You know the way sometimes you get these tabs on the bottom and they're just plain?
It's just a flat thing, so you can't just stick it on and texture or sand over the top. Or
exactly. You can basically base up to it and paint in the last.
Exactly. So here we have a set of our delightful Hirdmen. So some of the elites.
They do look a bit more prosperous with the heavier armor, that chainmail on them.
Bits of gold bracelet and gold sort of rings, and you know the things that make a nobleman a nobleman. Yeah,
and again, the posing's quite nice on them. They look heroic without being silly.
For older sculpts, they've stood the test of time fantastically well. And for people who haven't come across Foundry before, it was started by one of the founders of Games Workshop about 30, 40 years ago. So some of these sculpts are getting on for 30 years old. I see. And still hold up.
Yeah, once you get some paint done on these guys, they're going to be pretty damn good.
I love so many Foundry things at home. We'll have a look at the Warlord plus free casualty.
Yep.
And the Warlord I really like because he's taking the Saga and going Saga with it.
Okay. I assume it's this bigger dude.
He is bigger. You should put a regular tiny fella beside
Well,
him.
there's his Standard Bearer.
Yeah.
The Warlord
Hold the door.
is big. He looks like a mountain of a man.
He is. He's a giant rocking a big Daean axe as well.
Of course.
Because, why not?
Oh, Daean axes in this game are horrifying. And then, of course, we have a casualty, just in case you need one.
There's little casualties included in the sets, which is just a really nice touch. Normally you would buy the casualty pack separate. Again, you don't really need it, but when you come to do your Warlord, because the Warlord's on that bigger base,
you can add something,
you could have that dead Viking on there with him.
Although I'm going to say this guy looks a little bit less Viking, a little bit more Irish man drunk, passed out, thumbing a lift home.
That's shocking. That is absolutely terrible. I don't even know why you would say that.
Because Irish stereotypes.
Well, that is true. We'll have a look at the
Viking Berserkers?
Berserkers or Ulfdare.
Okay. Okay, I like the pose. I like the pose on this particular guy. He's big, he's brash, he's got 2 swords over his head. He is ready to come and give you a very bad day.
Yeah.
And I like the detail on the fur. It looks as if he's just skinned it, not even trimmed it to shape, just put it on his back.
Oh yeah. Well, you don't need to. It's already more or less man-shaped. You just need to strap it on there.
Yeah, we've got another one here.
I really like him. He's one step away from walking forward, issuing a challenge. He's just screaming blue murder at somebody.
Yeah, pretty much. We then obviously have the obligatory nude one.
Naked one.
There's always a naked one. There's always a naked one.
You okay handling that there? Look at his bootarks.
That's fine. I'm itching for my clippers. And then we have this guy who's just ready to charge in and plant that axe between someone's eyebrows.
He's gone full Stamford Bridge berserker there.
Yeah.
So, he's absolutely lost it.
The sculpt actually has a nice sense of movement to it with the flowing of the beard and the actual pack on him. It's a nice touch to have. And what else do we have there?
There is another set of Bondi. Do you want to have a look?
No, I think we're okay. I think let's crack up
the
the
only
other
other thing
box.
you get is a set of
the bases.
bases.
We know what a base is.
So Renedra bases, which means you can base everybody up for Saga.
Yeah. So the last one we have is a 3-point set of Viking Reinforcements.
Yeah. So the reinforcements, the way they've done these sets is you get a fairly typical Saga 4-point force, and then the 3-point forces are interesting because games of Saga generally tend to be between 4 and 6 points. So by giving you 3, it means you're not always playing the same 6 points.
Yeah.
If you're playing a 6-point game, you've got that 1 unit spare that you can mess around with.
Right.
So if you want to go for the more elite, there's a Hirdmen unit in there.
Yeah, you've got some Thralls in there if you want some ranged.
Now with ranged, which is fantastic because
ranged are filth.
Range are great, and you'll come up in certain armies where if you don't have any ranged weapons, you will suffer for it.
Yeah. So we've got our spears again.
This time only 3 needed.
Yeah, and I'll have a look at these.
Okie
So what are
dokie.
these? I think these are casualties.
Those are a couple of casualties. Again, a couple more casualties. Why not? You'd even use them as fatigue tokens in Saga if you wanted. How do you know you're fatigued? There's 3 casualties behind me.
I quite like how these look. I like this guy who's just sat down going, crap.
Yeah.
They got me right in my CNI.
Somebody's hit him a massive thump.
Nice details, and I like that there's so much character to them because even these 2 guys, it looks like 2 different guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Nobody wants to be caught dead, being the same casualty as another.
Yeah. So who are these guys?
So these are some of our Thrall bowmen.
So I like the fact that the bows are metal, so you can actually bend them to get the nice curve on them again. And this guy, for a Thrall, he's looking pretty well done out.
Well, obviously they've put these together via the medium of what packs they had. So some will be armored Vikings, and then some will be unarmored. Yeah.
But it's really nice, and I like the posing of it. I just wish I could get like a little arrow to go here to here.
Yeah, very few.
The only way that bugs me with some sculpts.
The only way to get arrows on, and I know a few companies do arrows, but the arrows tend to be so thick to make sure that they cast correctly that they look like they're firing small tree trunks at people.
What I'd do, you see these?
Yeah.
If I could get a lot of these, I would just trim it to size and glue it into place there. Because I think that would be just about the right dimension to get away with it, just with the heroic skill.
You can certainly get your hands on brass and like copper wire to do the bowstring as well itself.
It's a pet peeve of mine. Whenever you see a bowman, the arm's back, the bow's up, and he's just not got an arrow knocked.
Maybe he's like that Dungeons and Dragons ranger.
All right, so I think this is more bowmen.
That's more
okay. And I think this is some of our Bondi.
All right.
So we'll have a look at some of these. If I can get them out. There we go. There's a fair heft to a lot of these guys. So.
Yep.
Ooh, he's interesting. Spearman, I'm guessing?
He is.
Nice. And do you have to bore through the hands to actually apply the spear?
No, they're sort of old school on that one, where it sits into the hands are sort of cup-shaped, and the spear just glues onto it.
I see. I like the dynamism of this one. Nice little flow on the cloak. We've got a hornblower, because once in a while, this is essentially your Viking telephone. If it's going wrong, lads, get out. What else we got here? Whoa! He is very, very much, I think the 80s called, they want their hair back.
It probably doesn't help that he's rocking that sleeveless fur coat.
Yeah, he does look like, have you ever seen the movie The Warriors?
Yes.
I'm kind of getting that vibe off him.
I'm ashamed that you would ask that I've seen The Warriors.
Who else? Ooh, now this guy I quite like. I would nearly turn him into an alternate warlord, just because he looks really, really well decked out. What would you say?
It's certainly doable.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the nice thing about these sculpts that they've put together over the years. They are that unique and that individualized that you may find somebody lurking in a unit that you go, oh no, I'd much rather have him as my warlord. Yeah. In which case, he's your warlord. Just put him on a bit, just rotate the other guy out, put him into a unit somewhere else.
Make him a Hirdman. Just a very big and burly Hirdman. Yeah. Very nice sculpts. You're right, they're older sculpts, but they really hold up quite well. And for a warband, would you say this is a good starting point if someone's wanting to jump into Saga?
Certainly the 4-point Viking Warband is excellent, because it gives you everything you want. It gives you 2 solid warrior units. It gives you the Berserkers that no Viking should ever go to battle without, and the Hirdmen. So that is more or less your quintessential core starting force for Saga. The reinforcement set, having the additional Hirdmen and the Bondi is excellent. The Thralls, being able to swap the Thralls in and out depending who you're playing is good, because I wouldn't always take them. But if I'm fighting a force that's maybe a lot of mounted stuff, like Normans or even mounted Irish, especially mounted Irish, you do not want to let them start to rule the roost in shooting. So being able to have the option of throwing in some shooting of my own would be ideal, really. Yeah,
and if you're playing a campaign, getting that 3-point reinforcements pack is nice, because I noticed whenever we were doing one, we always had a couple of units that were maybe lying at home resting up.
Well, that's it. You never know when you're going to need the flexibility of having those additional units and being able to just pick and choose depending on what you're playing or what you want to do with that force is really handy.
All right, well, fabulous stuff from the guys at Foundry. Everybody, tell you what, get your comments in below. Tell me, what is your preferred starting force for some Vikings for Saga? Or, if you're thinking of jumping in, is this the one that's tempting you? We'll move on. We'll see you again soon.
Go ahead and check out our other content on screen now. And while you're at it, why not hit subscribe? And remember to ding our dong. Go on, you know you want to click it. Go on.